Hey everybody, welcome back for day 27 of 100 days of Halloween. I hope you guys are having an absolutely wonderful day. Mine has been extremely eventful. It's been a day. So 100 days of Halloween. What am I doing for those of you who are new here? Because we do have a few. I'm going to do a real quick catch up and then we will get right into it. So my friend Ranee and Yarnie's sister over at the Woolly Llama Shop had been discussing with me that she wanted to do a Halloween blanket this year. And her idea was to do it in bite-sized pieces, to do a 6-inch by 6-inch granny square every day for the 100 days of Halloween, to implement all 100 into a Halloween or fall themed blanket. Perfect. I love the idea. I had been wanting to do one for the last couple of years at least that I remember, but just had not gotten the chance due to lots of lifey things. And so I was like, you know what? I'm going to do it this year. That way I could work on it in solidarity with her. We could cheer each other on. We could hold each other accountable. If we're getting frustrated, we can help each other and all that fun stuff, right? So I told her, yes, I'm in. Let's do this. And so we have been baking a granny square every day starting last month. I think it was July 23rd when 100 Days of Halloween started. So we've been doing a granny square every day, and so far so good. I've been able to stay caught up, and I'm counting them down in 10 because with us doing them 6-inch by 6-inch, we're going, I think she's also doing it in rows of 10. So 10 across and 10 up and down. She's joining hers a little different. She's also picking her squares completely different than myself. She is more structured. She has a list in her computer. Each thing that she found when she scoured the interwebs is correlated with a number, and she's drawing numbers at random to decide her fate on what she is going to be putting on said block for that day. I myself, I am doing mine more at whim, whatever inspiration strikes, which is probably a good thing because we had the crud hit the house, and yeah, so so far it's working, and let's fingers crossed it stays that way. So okay, we've done the first 10, and I do have a video that I still need to upload it's probably gonna, I don't know if it'll be a video or a short. I'll have to see how long it is. I still need to record one for the second set of 10, and now we are on our third set of 10, so our third row. I'm not going to do mine. I decided, I think it was last week, I had kind of an inspiration light bulb moment that at first I was going to just join them in the rows like this. I decided I was going to do mine more of a C2C, kind of put them in by doing the stair step blocks. So that's how I'm going to do it, and I need to get started on that. But I also was having an issue. I had originally thought I was going to join mine in the Red Heart Super Saver sparkly yarn in the silver, not the gold. And it is so hard to find where I live, and I am not trying to order it online because we're having some issues. A lot of people are with deliveries and stuff. And I've been seeing some people's videos where they're getting deliveries and the boxes are all chewed up, and yeah, so I decided, because I had been looking at this, I'd been doing squares, and I was able to find several of these. I am going to be using this to put my squares together, since I know I will have quite a bit. I have more than enough, and hopefully by the time I'm done, I'll actually have enough that I can actually make a full-on blanket, maybe a C2C. I don't know. I kind of like C2Cs when you're using this kind of thing. They turn out so amazing. So anyhow, we are on day 27. So we're going to do a real quick rundown of my squares from starting on day 21 for this third group of 10 that we're working on. So I'm not going to go into detail on all the appliques and stuff. I'll just tell you the day, and if it's something you're interested in, you can go back and look at that video, and the information for that square will be in that video's description box. Some of these are freehanded. Some of them are an actual applique, either a tutorial or somebody's blog post where it's a written pattern, and we've been putting those in there on that day. For this third set of 10, I've been kind of leaving information in the description box for these. I do believe I've got it all in there so far, and it's kind of been a rolling thing. I may start doing that with each group of 10. Just, I know I could not do all 100 because I would run out of room and it would not allow me to put all that information. Yeah. So I'll probably do it for each group of 10. And then once we get to 31 through 40, then we'll start all over again with putting the information and saving it for that group of 10. So day 21, what block did I do? Well, Missy loves Beetlejuice. Missy loves Nightmare Before Christmas. And one of my favorite characters for Nightmare Before Christmas is Jack Skellington and his story. So I did a Jack Skellington square, free-handed facial features. The information for the block is in the description box. It's the circle and a granny square. There's actually, I think, a couple of them in here. Yeah, 2 of them. So there's Jack for day 21. Day 22. Of course, if you have Jack the Pumpkin King, you gotta have Sally the Pumpkin Queen. So we did Sally using the same block information and Red Heart Super Saver for the block portion, not the circle. And she was free-handed as well. Then on day, let's see, that was 21, 22, 23, because the sickness had hit the house. Yes, it did. With a quickness. It was probably a good thing I had been playing with one of these, making some squares to see how the colors worked up. And so I had several of these laying around, and I love how the colors just flow. I'm not sure if I will at some point put a smaller applique on here so I don't cover too much up of the transitions. If we do, we will revisit that later. But for right now, I am going to leave it with the bright colors. So yeah, there's that one. 21, 22, 23. And then day 24. I had joined in for the Sirdar Halloween blanket crochet along, and I've mentioned it before, my kit was delayed. It would get so far, delay again, get so far, delay again. Took forever. Once it finally got here, I think it was like beginning of last week, and it's still not even opened because the sickness hit. But so I haven't even been able to start it. I had started it in 4-weight, but I decided against it. I ripped it all out. I didn't get too far into it. I was just going to wait on my kit to get here because I had gotten an email saying it was coming and a delivery date, and then it got delayed again. So we will do it at some point. Yes, we will. But anyhow, on week, I want to say it was week 2 of the tutorials and the written pattern link that you get emailed, you had to do 3 different squares for the sides and trim. And one of them was this spiral in a granny. And so until my kit got there, I was practicing with it, and I really like how the spiral turns out. So I played with it again with some scrap yarn, just a tiny ball that was left over from one of these, and I might be able to get 2 more out of it with the transitions. I don't know. And threw it together with some purple, some gecko green, and then pumpkin orange. So there was day 24. Then day 25, I decided I was going to finish the granny square that was sitting next to my recliner that I was working on when I got sick. It is free-handed. It is a scarecrow girl, just her face. There's quite a few scarecrow faces, things like that online, but none of them were like sparking my fancy. So I just went ahead and freehanded her. And it was just a basic circle stitched on the face, some safety eyes that are flattened on the back, freehanded the hat, gave her some little braids and some bangs, and voila, we had our scarecrow. So that was day 25. Then day 26, yesterday, I decided I was going to finish another square that was next to my recliner that I was working on when I got sick, and it turned out a little derpy, but that's okay. I'm perfectly fine with it. No big deal. The blanket's for me. It's not like a commission or going to be gifted to anybody. So I did this black cat, and I think I just didn't splay out the one eye enough, but I'm okay with it. I'm okay. Because, you know, none of us are perfect. So there was that, and it's just a solid granny square. And the information for the inspiration, I kind of did it a little different, is in the description box for yesterday. I cannot off the top of my head remember the name of, it is a blog with the written pattern. So you only crochet 3 of the little tiny parts, and then you just embroider the rest on. And it is kind of messy. So at some point, I think I may put a backing onto my blanket. We will just have to see. We will just have to see. So there we go. That was my black kitty's face. So now we are caught up to day 27 for this group of 10. So what did I do for today? I was working on it last night, and I wanted something a little different that I hadn't done yet. And I didn't want like a character or anything. So I was perusing, and I kept coming back to this person's, I think they have a blog post and they have videos on YouTube, and it's from Craft Folk. The tutorial was a little confusing at a couple points, and I had to keep going back and listening again until it kind of clicked. And I think part of it was because I think maybe the sound was off from what her hands were actually doing. And we all know I don't do tutorials very well, but I liked how this square looked. And it's basically a set of 3, but I only did 1 right now. I will probably go back and try and do the other 2. Not sure yet. And like I said, it's from Craft Folk, and I will link the tutorial in the description box for today's square, and it's called How to Crochet a Moon Granny Square. And let me see if I can get it to pull up without, woo, no. Okay. And this is the tutorial right here by Craft Folk. So when you click on it, this is what should pop up. And this tutorial is actually for the crescent moon, not for the sun or the star. I actually found a different sun that I really want to try. So I worked on the tutorial. It took me a little longer than what the tutorial takes. But like I said, I think the sound editing was a little off. But it's a pretty good tutorial, and I actually like the square. And I was just using scrap balls. I pulled out for the crescent moon some sparkly white. This one just happens to have some gold sparkle in it. And then this deep turquoise blue. And there we go. And I had thought about at some point putting maybe a little teeny tiny bat or something. I'm still not sure yet. We will cross that bridge. Who knows? You guys know me. I change things up all the time. By the time I sew these together, I may be putting appliques on stuff I said I wasn't going to. So there was that. And once again, that was from Craft Folk. So there we go. That's day 27. And I know I was supposed to have Amigurumi Monday today. And we are working on a Halloween make. She's still sitting right here. I did not get a chance to start connecting her stuff together. The eyes finally did come while I was sick. And I actually just got those open. So I will probably be working on her a little bit later this evening, I think. I am currently, last night after I got the square done, I started working on the little black kitty that she will be holding. So we'll revisit this, do an update. If not tomorrow, maybe tomorrow. We will see how much of that kitty I get done, because I've got the head done. I just have to embroider the features. I got the body done. I have to, and the body's only like this, guys, and so is the head. And I got to stuff them and sew them together. And I have to make the 4 little legs and arms and the tail. So I don't think those will take very long, but I don't know. But we will definitely do an update on that. I'm hoping to get it done either tonight or tomorrow, because I've got other projects I want to work on that are Halloween related, and I do have some hospice things I need to get taken care of as well. So yeah, that's day 27, and I know this is a little long-winded, more so than normal, I think. I have received several packages that I've got to get open and check the status of and make sure that what was ordered is in there, and we will be going over there. Those some of them are Halloween related, yay. But anyhow, so if you guys have not checked out Ranee or our Yarny sister Nova, who is participating in a little different way, and our big cheerleader and Yarny sis Patricia over at Yarny Cat Crochet, she will be doing some things along the way here and there as she is able. They are always linked in the description box. Go over there and check them out and give them some love and see what they're up to. And yeah, it's been a day. It's been a day. The temperatures are beyond hot. We are I had to run an errand out of town because Brian's insurance is making them use a pharmacy that is not here or close by. And he worked all night, he did overtime this morning, and so he had to come home, and I knew he could not drive up there, and it was imperative that things go get picked up. So on my way, I decided I was going to take the back roads to a certain point and just chill and enjoy the drive and the scenery. And about the time I got to the exit ramp to get on the highway to get into said bigger town, my tire blew. And Missy ended up on the side of the highway and could not get hold of Brian. I could not get hold of anyone. And I didn't know what I was going to do, because it was approaching 95 degrees, and that was without the heat index, which was putting it at like, I want to say 104 when I looked. And so I was getting extremely hot, and we know what that does to my MS. And there is a God, because he sent an angel, this young gentleman who was on his way home that was having a bad day and decided he was going to help a damsel in distress so that they could have a better day than he was. And that poor man laid on the concrete and put my donut on for me, and was actually so concerned because my MS symptoms were kind of amping up, and he knew I wasn't functioning very well. And he decided he was going to be kind of a safety net and follow me in to the place where I needed to get my tire taken care of. And he made sure I got there, and then he was like, do you want me to go in and help you with dealing with whatever you need to do for the tire and all this? Very super sweet. And I know that man was having a really rough day, because like he said, he decided he was going to do something nice for someone so that someone could have a better day than he was. And I appreciate that so much. That touched my heart. His name was Dakota. I know he will never see this video. I do plan on posting on one of the local pages where he lives, which was where I was headed to give him a big thank you. I did hand him some money for helping me. He told me I did not have to. I told him take it. And even if he just was going to go get something he needed, or a nice cold drink or something to eat for dinner, I wanted to pay it forward and make his day as well. And he argued with me for a minute, but then he took it and he said thank you, that he appreciated that. And yeah. So, and then it took forever to get my tire fixed. And we finally got that done. And then I finally made it to that pharmacy over there. And then that took forever because there was some confusion and some stuff going on. And part of his prescriptions had just arrived and they had to check them in and get them in the computer before they could fill the prescription. It was a whole ordeal. So what was supposed to be maybe 2 hours of me driving there, going and pick up, and then driving home-ish and stopping at Aldi's turned into an all-day thing, and I did not get home until almost 5 o'clock. Yeah, and I was hot. I'm tired. I wanted to go places and see Halloween things while I was there just real quick, and it was just too much. I was over it and I needed to go home. So yeah, I'm not even cooking dinner tonight. We're going to do chicken salad, and chicken salad and crochet is going to be my evening. And yeah, because it's too hot and I'm exhausted and I got too hot today. And so that's been my Monday. But I just want to let you guys know there are angels still out there. And I know it's a scary thing when a female is alone traveling, no matter how close you are to your house. And I was very fortunate that the person was an angel in disguise. They were put there when I needed them the most. And I guess he said the same thing. I was put there when he needed something the most to turn his day around from the bad day he was having. So that, yeah, it was a whole big thing. So yeah. But anyhow, I'm going to let you guys go. I have yammered long enough, and maybe I should have had a crochet project in here, and we could have just did a crochet and chat after we catched up with the squares. Maybe sometime this week. I don't know. We'll see. But anyhow, I shall bid you adieu. And I hope you guys have a great evening. I hope you guys have a day better than mine was. And although it's better now. And I hope you are staying cool if you are in the fires of the South. And I shall talk to you tomorrow for day 28. So with that, I'm going to say bye for now. Love you guys.